Hey everyone, this is Mark, the Canadian Gamer, and this is Warp Whistle Gaming's first look at Versus Super Mario Brothers. I'm going to play the original mode. This was an arcade game released in 1986, so after the original Super Mario Brothers game for the NES, one of my favorite games of all time. And this is one game that I have never ever played. So let's take a look at this. Now, what I did before was just kind of looked at how to look at the buttons and program the buttons myself. I don't think any of that saved. Yes, it did. Awesome. So the buttons save, and let's go. Press R to start, or L to insert a coin, and then R to start. There we go. So a little confusing off the bat there, but okay, you can see it starts off just like the original Super Mario Brothers. So far so good. Not too bad. Oh, sloppy. Oh, that's... Oh, okay, that's moved. Just a little, just a little. Oh, no. Okay, alright, let's... Oh, God, alright. Okay, so slight differences in this. So I mean, you're trying to talk and like play at the same time. It's just not working. Oh, that's new. Okay. So what? Where's? This is something. All right. So trying to talk and play at the same time is a little difficult. Things are in weird places at the on this game. So usually there's a fire flower or a one-up thing. Anyway, first stage, that's done. So this is part of the Arcade Archive series that Nintendo announced earlier in the year. The first one obviously just dropped just over the Christmas holidays. And this is the first time I literally like downloaded it, started to mess around with the buttons, and then shut it off so I could start recording the video. So, okay. So far everything really seems, I mean, not, oh my goodness. So the control pad on the Switch Pro controller is definitely not my favorite. I'm actually wondering if the Joy-Con would be any better. Even though it's separated, it might allow for a little bit more accuracy. I don't know, I just find this one's just not great. Okay, so some more pipes are in the same spot. I'm really going into a lot of this blind, so I'm wondering how much has actually changed. Ooh, mercy. Alright. Just go down here, see if there's any power-ups anywhere. Get rid of that guy. Okay. So, just as I was gonna say, full disclosure, if this is anything like the Lost Levels, I am probably going to curse. I will block out those curses with some sort of fun Nintendo-esque sound effect, and we'll just go from there, because this is, I can already tell this is just going to be, I'm going from playing Skyrim to playing this, so it's like, I don't know. Alright, you know what, let's go straight through. I was going to do the warp pipe, but let's just go straight through and see, aside from, aside from a few minor changes, like the mix-up of where certain items are and that kind of stuff. So far, I'm not noticing too many big differences. The game looks okay. It's definitely not super cleaned up for HD televisions. Might look better in handheld mode. I've yet to play it in handheld mode. You guys are really seeing the first time I'm playing this game, so you know it's pretty faithful representation. I am going to play around later with more of the settings and stuff like that. Might do that in this video, might not. I'll tell you one thing, changing the controls, by default, X and Y don't do anything in this port, in this version, and I'm very thankful that you can change the buttons, because trying to pull stuff off with A and B in this layout, like on the Pro Controller layout or any kind of modern layout, is just a nuisance. You know, you're trying to hold in B to run and kind of like move your thumb up, so you have to kind of hold the gamepad weird. The right way to play it, in my opinion, is Y is to shoot and B is to jump. Let's see, I'm pressing Y here. So the color looks a little weird. I don't know if that's intentional or what. That's harder to reach. Interesting. Oh, man, and I can't go back to get it. Of course. Alright, screw it. Let's just go through. Just a little bit different placement on some stuff here. Interesting. Alright. Okay, that's fine. So World 1, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Slight change, couple of little screw-ups because I'm a little rusty, but overall not too terrible. So, you know, that's cool. Oh, that was... I'm like trying to look at something else while I'm playing this, and it just... That was really stupid on my part. There we go. I'm gonna let them just go on a little jaunt, you know? Who am I to keep them from falling off the ledge? I don't know what that was. I don't know why he just kept jumping off there. Possibly the screwed up D-pad on the Switch Pro Controller, because I wasn't really pressing anything different other than up. Okay. All right, not too bad. So I'm not gonna lie, I would have felt like a beast going through this in an arcade cabinet right now. Like, if I had ever seen this as a kid, like the amount of time that I put into this game on the NES, and subsequently like every system that it's ever been available since, like I would have been going through this, like, you know, kind of feeling a little bit beast mode. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm waiting for that like thing to kick in. That's like, oh, you think you know what you're doing? False sense of security. Get some quarters ready. Like, oh man, not a huge fan of this D-pad. Might have to get an 8BitDo controller or something like that for when like more of these classics come out. I think I need something a little bit more just more accurate to back in the day. Probably go Super Nintendo for that one. I'm thinking about getting one of those anyway. This is just a lame excuse to drop the money down. So apparently you can like play with the dip switches on this and everything and make it so it's like 250 coins to get a 1-up instead, and you know, there's all of those kind of fun little extra things that are in this one. Again, I might play with some of those by the end of this video, but for right now I really just wanted to go just make a run through of this and just kind of see how it was, how it's different. Oh, that was really sloppy of me. Alright. Oh my goodness. That was tight. Alright. Starting to feel it a little bit now. Alright. 3-1. Let's see how we're doing. I'd love to be able to do like a comparison kind of video. If I could time it out the same way, maybe. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun to do, I think. You know, really show where the differences are. That might be something fun to consider for later. But for right now, just kind of going through at my own pace. And so far, honestly, like, I don't know, this is just kind of feels like just the original game with a couple of things. It's like that 70s show or something, like, it's Super Mario Brothers 1 inch to the left. Like, I don't know if anyone else gets that reference, but whatever, for like the 2 people that watch this video, hopefully one of you will get that reference and have a chuckle. I don't know. So far, yeah, I mean this game is not that much different. It's yeah, I don't know. It's good. I mean, it's a good representation of the series. Oh, what? This is different. Oh my god. No. You. Oh, man. No. Eat a giant bag of. Is there a way to get up this? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is where you start to like, you're like, Mom, can I have some more quarters? You know, this is where it starts to come in. You're just running through this like you know what's going on, and that was the worst jump in the history of jumps. Now I'm scared, right? Like now I'm like, okay, is this familiar? Am I just... Oh, what's going on now? I'm expecting like bullet bills to start running through and just fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. Ah! Oh, why would they start me up there? Yeah, because that'd just be a nice thing for them to do. Oh, your mother was a kangaroo. That's right. Hip hopping all over the place. What? Oh man, I really thought that was going to be in the middle. See, they're just playing like fast and loose with my emotions here. Oh, you mean son of a... Alright. Nope. Fucking red shells. Oh god. No! Fuck! Okay, I'm keeping you. You're not going anywhere. Oh! This is just... Alright. And another one down. It's tough, but it's not like Lost Levels amount of tough. Like, I'm gonna do another video. I did one years ago on a different channel that I had. And, it's like Joystick Monkey, Lost Levels. Like, that one, I replaced all the cursing with monkey noises because it was just that difficult and frustrating. And I just did not have a good time. Because that game is just hard. But, like, this one, like, it's tough because it's unexpected. You know, like... Come here. Go away. Like, it's just tough, like, you have these expectations, and then they change them a little. It's like... You know, oh. Aside from being sloppy, like this isn't that bad. It's like, you know, it's still okay. Like it's like I'm trying to like do two things at once here. I'm just glad I got that one up. That was like not a complete waste of time. This is like, okay, so you know when you're going out and you get, like... You get root beer instead of Coke, and it's like, I wasn't really expecting that, but like, I'll still drink the root beer. That's this game. Like, this game is just root beer. It's like... It's just not... It's not what I'm used to. Not what I like necessarily all the time. Like, but it's good. But then you forget that you have root beer, and you get this false sense of like, yeah, I'm gonna have a nice sip of Coke. And then this, you know, the root beer just punches you right in the. It's gonna come down at me. No! Yeah, you're always over. What? Fuck. So like with the Lost Levels, you know, I don't know if you've ever played that, if anyone watching's ever played that one, but like there's poison mushrooms and all this kind of like just stuff that you wouldn't expect. Like this is still the original Super Mario Brothers game. It's just like there's some slight differences that surprise you, sometimes frustrate you. For real, it's actually not that bad. I just gotta like breathe and not throw this controller. It's fine, everything's fine. Everything's fine and dandy. There we go. See, the worst thing about this game is it's making me doubt myself. It's making me doubt my skills. It's making me doubt my history with this series. It's just making me nervous. And that's not a feeling I usually get when I play Super Mario Brothers. Any game in that series, really. Like, World is just a comfort blanket for me. You know, the original game, I go back and play all the time. But, you know, this one, it's just, they throw enough stuff off that, you do stupid shit like that. Alright, well, that's it for the game. Oh, this is fun. It's just like an arcade thing. You get to put your name in. Hey, there we go. Look at that. Top score already. First time played. I'm not going to continue. Instead, I'm going to the display so you can frame the display. Wallpaper on, screen filter. Oh, cool. Okay. So no filter, kind of blurry filter. So I think it would actually look better with the screen filter off. But you can get like you can see the aliasing and scan lines and all that kind of stuff. So that's actually kind of cool. Because I did say it didn't look fantastic, but it kind of does. It kind of does. Time setting slowest, continues 3. So you got a bunch of cool stuff here. The button settings are already where I said you should change it to Y and B. You can see a virtual manual here. I'm not going to go through that whole thing. Online rankings, which is pretty cool. So I'm not even ranked, apparently. Congratulations to any of you if you're watching this and for some reason you're in these top 100 people. That's pretty cool. Restore all defaults, game reset, back to title screen, return to game. So, you know, let's hit the restore button and see the difference in visuals. So this already looks a whole lot clearer. This is very much akin to what we see on the NES Classic, the Super Nintendo Classic. Everything's crisp, everything's clean, everything's clear. It doesn't give you that arcade style, that CRT TV feel, but it does make things a little cleaner, a little nicer, just a little bit better. In my opinion, I like the crispness. I don't know. Back in the day, I thought everything was as crisp as could be, and you know, now we know that things could look better. But a lot of this, you can see that it's a lot of it was based on the TV and the screen technology back in the day. So it looks a whole lot better without the filter on, and you can change these at any point. So I'm going to So I'm not sure. So A1 to 5 apply scan lines as well as scrolling lines. So let's turn this all the way up, scan and scrolling lines, and let's go back to the game. So we've got, you can see the scan and scrolling lines going straight up. Man, that is arcadey feeling. Holy. Oh Lord. Okay, all right. No. Man, you can even see like where he's jumping, like the lines in the TV going. This is a good representation of like crappy old display technology. This is really cool. I don't know if this is translating as well onto the video capture, but I really hope it is, because this is a cool kind of experience. Now I'm just messing around here. Basically, let's what the wallpaper thing is. So let's just turn on like A2 just to see like a, you know, mid-level, just scan lines. It's not too bad. Definitely playable. Yeah, it's like I said, it's not as crisp as you'd like it right now, but you know, it's pretty good. So there we go, versus Super Mario Brothers. That is it for me right now. I'm just gonna kind of mess on through this for a second until I die. But that's it. Thank you very much for watching. This video went on a little longer than I expected. I expected this to be a lot more cursing and a lot more frustrating that it was. This was actually a very enjoyable experience for someone who has played the original Super Mario Brothers since literally I could hold a controller. This is kind of a nice. There we go. Overwrite. So so that's how to do it. So yeah, this is kind of a nice change of pace, a nice mix up of something that I'm comfortable and familiar with, and definitely worth the money. I'm happy I dropped the money on this this little experiment. I hope they roll out a proper virtual console soon. But in the meantime, these arcade archives are a cool little diversion from the normal. I can't wait to play 2-player mode and see how that mixes things up in this one. Right now, I am home alone as I record this, so I can't even attempt to do that one. But let me know if you picked this up or any other games through the Christmas holidays. And if you're excited to play this one, hopefully it helped. If you were on the fence and thinking about it, hopefully this helped make a decision one way or the next. For me, I really like this. If you're a fan of the classic NES games and you want to try something a little different, this is really cool. I'm going to go play with all of those settings a little bit more, see what I like, but I think I like that clean kind of look, so I think I'll be sticking with that one when I'm really going for some runs and that kind of stuff. But hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe, like, share with your friends, and head over to warpwhistlegaming.com for all things Warp Whistle. Thanks for watching.